It's an absolute work of art, and dare I say, the greatest music video ever. Welcome to Graphic Metal, where metal is celebrated with design in mind. For this episode, I raise a simple but difficult question to answer. What is the greatest rock or metal music video of all time? Music videos were popularized thanks to MTV in the 80s and would play a pivotal role in rock and metal stardom. They had a long run of relevancy until, in many ways, the very vehicle that created it turned their back on it. Fucking MTV. Has there ever been a brand that went from being loved, cherished, to hated? Absolutely hated. Oh man, an MTV, but what a wild ride they have had. Music videos got pushed even further back in the background with the growth and primary source of our music listening experience being dominated by the internet streaming. But I would argue that it's starting to make a comeback. By no means am I saying that they disappear, just saying that as of late, and particularly with the new challenges faced by the music industry as a whole, bands and labels are starting to turn back to what has been so effective for them in the past. And with Spotify beta testing entering them into the platform, I think it's just going to continue to grow from here. A combination of this, along with watching a music video not that long ago, which we'll get to in a moment, kind of leads me to the question: what is the greatest rock or metal music video of all time? I plan to ponder this and figure out a way to measure in the future. But for now, let's start with simply determining the best of this year. Similar to how the Academy of Awards does it. We'll pick the best per month, and we'll come back at the end of the year all together voting on what we think was the best for music video for that given year. We'll do the same with the past years, and through this journey, we should get a step closer to figuring out the answer to that question. For today and your consideration, I want to add Weaver's WEFT by Slift, which was released on January 3rd, 2024, which I believe, at bare minimum, was the best of the month of January, and quite possibly for the year 2024, maybe even beyond. Why? Despite being 9.5 minutes long, it keeps you entertained all the way through, beginning, middle, and end, strategically changing the scene, mood, and energy with superb pace, as good as any motion picture has ever done before. The relationship between the music and visual story is so good that you will never be able to get it out of your mind, both the song or the video. It's a win-win. Both us as the audience and the band get to build a stronger bond which benefits both of us. Speaking of the band's brand, that's what takes this video to the next level. Not only a damn fine piece of artwork, regardless of what the hell it means, but the fact that it connects directly with the band and its album design and branding is some next level shit, man. Absolute genius. Chef's kiss. This is what we talk about on this channel all the time, ranting about it. Remember, effort and attention to details matter. Thank you. Thank you, Slift. Guthio, who directed it, Alex Regidor, who designed the concept work, along with Lena Goya for the costumes, and Philip Kaza, who is the artist in which Slift is using in designs for the work, which more on him in a moment. As for Slift, for those who are not familiar, they're a stoner psychedelic space rock metal band from Toulouse, France. Forming in 2016, it's made up of brothers Jean and Remy Fawcett, along with high school friend Kanak Four. To get you grounded with some bands of similarities to them, think of Tool, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Voivod, Sleep, and Cripple Black Phoenix. The music video we are talking about is for the song Weaver's Weft off of their third album entitled Ilion, which was released earlier this year on January 3rd. I mentioned that design has always been one of the band's strengths, which is in some part due to their use and relationship with other artists. In this case, let's talk about French comic artist Philippe Cazemanou, aka Kaza, who has been an artist since the 70s. On both their previous and now latest Ilion, Slift has used Kaza for their album artwork. In the case with Ilion, it uses Kaza's cover art for the science fiction publication entitled Choice Futuris Incartans from 1972. Apologies if I've completely bastardized that name. 3 discs in, and it's been great to see their evolution and just continue to explore and expand their musical adventure, with each representing a slightly different mood and energy. It's as if they are like submerging themselves within this work and like paying homage to creating a musical interpretation, a manifestation of these works of art. I don't know if it's intentional, but it's kind of crazy how much that they seem to relate. It works really, really well. None more evident than on Ilion, even opting to use the figures within the music video itself. I still have not been able to actually get my hands on that book, as it's actually been kind of tricky to even find, let alone trying to get. But my guess is that the theme and lyrics might even have been inspired by the album's lyrics. If anyone knows, let me know. That's my hunch. What we do know is that Weaver's Weft translates to warp and wift in English. Even if we knew nothing else, it already fits the story being depicted in the video perfectly. Given the abstract representation of weaving your way through space and time, but what is extra fucking badass is the literal representation of that term being represented in the band's logo. fucking genius move. To weave it, no pun intended, into the fabric of the video and even into the story, with it both acting as like the portal that the Space Ranger uses to teleport, and also ends up being the very artifact in which he is trying to retrieve, before getting ultimately stopped by, which is another nod to the artwork, the same creatures on the album cover art by Kaza. And in case you were wondering, Ilion is the Greek name for ancient Troy, which was used interchangeably by Homer. So there could be a symbolic representation of, seeking the past. But given the story representation in the music video, along with the hint in the last song on the album being entitled Enter the Loop, it could be in the end that we seek for the past, but end up in the future, thus creating the endless loop, right? Or to simply say that they are both one and the same, which could be the purpose of the Sphere logo itself, to show the myriad of interchangeable and interconnected fabrics of time. And if that is the case, it's done so very, very, very poetically and beautifully. But details aside, it's an absolute work of art, and I deeply, deeply appreciate each of your dedication to creativity in general and to the arts. And to you, Slift, in particular, for allowing us to build a stronger, deeper connection to you as the band, the music that you are creating, and the story that you and the theme you're trying to tell us on your latest album. This is how you fucking do it, ladies and gents. Pay attention. Because in today's climate, if you want to make a lasting impression and fight for our very attention, you're gonna need something that grabs, sticks, and makes us wanting to come back for more, and more. Slift has done so, both musically and visually. And dare I say, Weaver's WEFT is the greatest music video ever. Between the raw aesthetic beauty, attention to effects and detail, its relationship to the music, brand, and design, along with entertaining us, the audience, all the way through, not to mention it presenting a magnitude of emotions from curiosity, mystery, suspense, fear, and just utter joy. And this was done so captured in a 10-minute long song. Utterly impressed. This is the first of many on this journey to determine what is the best music video. But this is a very difficult one to surpass. I was left speechless, trying to understand how this was even possible. That they are creating this level of concept art, editing and animation, and also cinematography on par with a full feature-length, high-budget motion picture film. Heck, I watched Dune Part 2 at around the same time. I'd be hard-pressed to not think, at bare minimum, that they're on the equal same playing field. And look at the love and admiration it's getting, at least from a visual language perspective, because of the similarities. Let's just even call this one Dune Metal. Maybe we can even get Denis Villeneuve to make Slift the music composer for part 3 of Dune. Hans Zimmer could use a break after all. That man is a relentless legend. Oh, there is ultimately left to do is smile and clap your hands to Slift and to everyone who worked on it. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Wish you nothing but the best. You have a fan in me, and I cannot wait to see you later on this year when you're on tour. Look for the February video for consideration coming out soon. Until the next time, cheers and keep on rocking.